squad vanished. They ain't following your lead because you're not man. Which is why the chicken shit flock of dorks all panic. Cause we known to eat the weak like a pork chop sandwich. You wanted beef until your squad vanished. They ain't following your lead because you're not man. Which is why the chicken shit flock of dorks all panic. Cause we known to eat the weak like a pork chop sandwich. They trying to demonize the goats. Call me Baphomet, cause you wanna be stars like the balls, like the mannequin. Be like I'm Anakin to lukewarm invaders when I sun them and treat them like they younglings with sabers. I killed the kid like Tony Montana should have did, cause one singular shit is just something that I couldn't give. I took a look within, saw Norman Os's crooked grin. Sick as Green Goblin, chucking bitches off the Brooklyn Bridge.
Coordinate attacks like the arms of Dr. Octo. Killing it and filming it with the homie Jocko. You'll get folded out here like we making street tacos, not rocks though. How come we coming up if we got flow? That's a question wrapped in an enigma. For these pigs, just tell them that my name Ligma. I'm the alpha and the self-reliant stigma. And all you ops go and suck a giant dick, bruh.
You wanted beef until your squad vanished. They ain't following your lead because you're not man. Which is why the chicken shit flock of dorks all panic. Cause we known to eat the weak like a pork chop sandwich. You wanted beef until your squad vanished. They ain't following your lead because you're not man. Which is why the chicken shit flock of dorks all panic. Cause we known to eat the weak like a pork chop sandwich.
Just the Exodus, chefing up the 808s, garnished with the riff, serving up whoever hate on Nate. There is no debate, they stuck in place, and we stay the stakes. You gon' see your fate if we ever meet face to face.
I make a break any haters until they shake and bake and make them taste defeat. Then I eat them up like a plate of steak. They saving graces, they pleading cases to label mates, but me and Bumper hive mind and never make the same mistake.
Twice they go pedal back as soon as LG said all that. They try to set a trap, but we 2 steps ahead of that.
It's never cap, cause y'all have been stepping hella whack. Childish as fuck, rocking onesies with propeller hats.
Revolting as alley cats out here smelling rats. They smoking and selling crack, just hoping that they sell it back.
With no cheddar stack, we put them on, they set us back. It took them all to ever scratch a hustle they could never match. You wanted beef until your squad vanished. They ain't following your lead because you're not man. Which is why the chicken shit flock of dorks all panic. Cause we known to eat the weak like a pork chop sandwich. You wanted beef until your squad vanished. They ain't following your lead because you're not man. Which is why the chicken shit flock of dorks all panic. Cause we known to eat the weak like a pork chop sandwich. You wanted beef until your squad vanished. They ain't following your lead because you're not man. Which is why the chicken shit flock of dorks all panic. Cause we known to eat the weak like a pork chop sandwich. You wanted beef until your squad vanished. They ain't following your lead because you're not man. Which is why the chicken shit flock of dorks all panic. Cause we known to eat the weak like a pork chop sandwich.
Hey, yo! FOK Bro!
FOK Bro.
Oh,
FOK
no.
Bro.
What the hell? I got the wrong window closed.
What happened?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Nothing happened. Yo. No, nothing. Nothing you need to worry about, sir. Alright, so.
Okay.
Open, stop streaming, motherfucker. Well, he's not even here. Alright, well, anyway. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everyone. This is the FOK Bro podcast, presented by Twoface Media and all of our affiliates. Shout out to Madworld Apothecary for this sick little logo. It's like right under Nate's, well, if he like sagged his right titty and it was like a foot long, it would make a good nipple. But yeah, we've got Nate Nasty and Ivy Bumpin' from the Bottomized Geniuses. We've got Space Case, aka Jester Exodus, aka the the skinny soldier in white. Yeah, he's got a lot of names that he goes by. What did you say?
You don't want to know.
Oh. It sounded like you said dickwad really loud, which was even funnier. But yeah, and I'm Pestilence, aka Pesto. aka brother to Bresto, which is another name for I be bumping. And yeah, we're just gonna be talking about. Well, we're gonna be talking about a lot of shit, but we'll kind of get into what we plan to do with this podcast. There's a lot of different areas we want to get into. There's a lot of different things that we want to do with it. We're gonna try and hold a little bit of structure as far as themes and stuff. But today it'll probably be a little bit more free flow. Unlike some of the pisses Nasty's had, based on the look he's giving me right now.
And we'll play some unreleased shit.
No, you just look like you look like you were like constipated in the weed.
I feel like playing some unreleased shit.
When you said we're gonna try and
keep
do
that
it on the rails, when you're saying we're gonna try and keep it on the rails, I was just genuinely disagreeing because ADHD as hell.
Yeah, there's very very little chance of that happening. But we got some themes, we got some subjects we want to talk about. We've got some fun ideas for the future that we plan on doing that we'll let you guys know a little bit of. I'm not going to spill all of the beans with my favorite one, but we got a big event in March that we're already planning that I'm excited to get everybody into. And if anybody's curious, anytime you see Nate Nasty just bust his camera off, what he's doing is he's dropping his pants and adjusting his unit. It gets stuck to his leg.
So I got a conundrum right now.
Sometimes my sack and my dick just twist like that. And
they get wrapped around, and you've tangled cords before. That's what happens to him. He's got to pull the trousers off and really get in there and do some work.
It's like a weird routine situation down there.
What the fuck is that called?
Oh, no, that's just if your balls twist in your sack. That's testicular torsion.
Just had it on deck.
Yeah. No, I just got like the two organs.
Did his research before we.
Tell me more, man. Tell me more.
And there's just a weird routine-y situation going on in there. You know?
Come here, kitty.
That sounds like a bad idea. I don't want.
Three of us. I don't know if Space has any cats. You don't have any cats, do you? We all got an orange cat too. Me, Nasty, and Pestilence. This is very important for this podcast. You'll learn that later on.
The kinds of people you're dealing with have one.
You probably won't see. You probably won't see my cats tonight because they got stoned as hell earlier. They're both sleeping, and they got gravy drunk. So
he's just looking at me like, what the fuck, dude? He's got some boogers on his nose. Get on, coconut. The fuck.
You're not gonna help him out at all.
Cat boogers. I was about to, but
help. I do feel a little sad.
When you have two cats, it's easier to take care of them. But when you got a whole bunch, don't tell me how to raise my cats.
Jesus Christ.
Crazy cat, man.
Crazy cat carrot.
These are all cats from different cat owners, too. So it's like...
I'm jealous I'm not at fucking Spacer's house, so I can't just smoke in the lab.
Man. Well, that's fun.
Smoking's bad.
Next time, bro. I'll smoke one for you.
I'm in Minnesota on the res, Red Lake.
Oh man,
shit is completely.
I just talked about not seeing cats, but I got the orange one just beating at the door now. Hang on.
Yeah, he's right there. I can see him.
He's over there, like I hear you talking shit, you little bitch.
What did you say about orange cats?
I'm fucking nutsack. Come on.
Bigotry.
Yeah, you gotta be on TV.
We got unreleased shit.
This is the most famous.
Mike.
This is the most famous orange man.
No, you didn't.
This is Chester. This is Chester.
You were gone.
Chester is a thug.
Yeah.
Chester, he knows.
For sure.
No, it's all good. I was wondering because
he be mobbing. Chester be mobbing.
I feel like it's gonna be hard. Yeah, look at
Let me get you on
orange cat.
Yeah, that's Chester.
What do you guys think about his orange cat? Let me know in the comments.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, I think you're right, Nate. I don't think we're gonna be on the rails. but hopefully we have a little bit of fun.
I mean, bumping's probably going to be on a few rails, but I think
not the kind we're looking for here to be on track. I just experienced an earthquake.
I bid you farewell.
I bid you adieu.
So the first subject I wanted to talk about here today, boys, is I wanted to talk about passion, and I'm gonna start by kind of just floating out there a general, a blanket kind of statement / question, and I'll let everybody have a turn answer, and I'll start with Space Case, and we'll go counterclockwise, so Bump can go second, me third, and then I'll go last.
So we're all seeing the screens the same way right now?
What do you mean?
High,
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
This is a little late for the test run question.
So anyway, we're all. It don't matter how your screen is. I'll tell you the order. It's me, space, Bump, and then it's space, Bump, Nate, and then me. That's the
mine.
Write this down, man.
Yeah.
So you're just going second, Bump. That's all you have to remember. You don't have to remember what anybody else knows. You're going second.
I'm just gonna shut up.
Papa Pesto's gonna let us know when to talk.
So we're very clearly incentivized to be on our game, and you guys can tell if you guys have heard some music.
Are running the asylum.
Yeah, people listen to Fat and Violent, and they're like, "How in the fuck are these guys not fucking global international superstars?" This is why. This is why, guys. You see what we do here? This is why. This is why you don't hear all of these names in your fucking living room. This is why you're not hearing them fucking played anywhere. It's because this is what we do.
Have nice things.
Yes, this is exactly why. So anyway, what I was gonna say is we're all hip hop artists. We're all Space Case does production. I've been Bumping does production. I know we all kind of have different elements that we're very into and passionate about. So for you guys, I wanted to ask how important do you think passion is, and when did you find yours for hip hop and kind of know that was going to be something that wasn't going to just be like a passing hobby in your life? It was going to be something that you were going to do for an extended period of time, or perhaps for your whole life. So Space, I'll let you go first.
Jesus. Can you repeat the question?
So passion drives a lot of people. How important do you think passion is to hip hop, and when did you find yours for making music and decide that it was going to be something more than just a passing hobby in your life, potentially something that you would do for an extended period of time or the rest of your life?
Okay. Well, I think that passion is very important, and honestly, I think that's one thing that separates, certain tier artists from other tier artists, is the passion. Like, I don't know, people see success in numerous different ways, you know what I mean? Whether it's fucking your streams on Spotify, or, what kind of fucking, I don't know, for me, the network is huge, you know what I'm saying? And to me, like, that's one thing that makes us successful in comparison to others is like our network, and we wouldn't have that network if it wasn't for the passion behind what the fuck we do. So passion, I think, will take you other places that other fucking attributes will not, So I don't know, man. To me, passion is fucking huge. And I was into a lot of other music before the hip hop shit, and I think I found my passion or my roots in passion, when I was in the fucking metal bands and whatnot. So it all just kind of carried over, the hip hop thing was kind of experimental. I wasn't doing hip hop like I am now. You know what I mean? Like, it took me a little while to fucking find out exactly what the fuck Space Case is, what exactly I want to do, how deep I want to dig into this and shit. But if I wasn't passionate, I still wouldn't be doing this, and I wouldn't be doing it the way I'm doing it. Like I said, man, to me, networking is fucking huge. And I think that's one thing that separates the passionate from the unpassionate, dispassionate, not passionate, whatever the fucking term is.
And then, so just to follow up, how let people know how long have you been doing this? When did you first start transitioning from, you know, not doing music at all to doing the metal stuff, getting into music in the first place, and then when did you start doing hip hop? How long have you been doing both of those?
Metal, I think we started in 95, I think, was when our metal band first got together. Like, we were in school, middle school, because we did a fucking talent show, a weird talent show. It was a ridiculous experience. But the talent show was like our first live performance in front of anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool. Like, even we weren't sure if the feedback was genuine or not because it was in front of fucking schoolmates, classmates, and the larger percent of them were all fucking twats at that time. So, but regardless, I mean, it was the first time feeling the adrenaline, the rush, all that shit of being on stage, and it was fucking awesome. Plus, synergy is a lot different on stage than it is in a practice space or in front of your fucking homies, whether it's a receptive audience or not, And so then from there, it was just like, it was a few years before we actually got our next live gig, but then it was at a fucking bar in Maine, in Green Bay. And then that experience, because it was a metal show, but I mean, that experience fucking brought everything up a notch. Like, man, like, this is dope. Like, I mean, this is something that we want to do. Whether or not we make a living off it, you know what I mean? Like, it was just something that we want to do because we were fucking passionate about it, the music, But in metal, like, you don't really get, I mean, you get the network because you're always reaching out to other bands, exchanging performance slots and shit like that, opportunities, whatnot. But, like, I don't know, like, metal musicians, like, you don't really hear metal bands releasing a song featuring so and so and such, like, it's a completely different way of networking. But then, like, the hip hop thing happened in 2009, I think. Yeah, 2009 is like when we first started getting into the hip hop shit. And it was like, there were some other local rappers and whatnot. And, we started throwing shows at Cherry Lanes and shit. At that time, like, I personally had a lot of stage experience, between Narcotic and VAD, both my metal bands. And so, like, transitioning to live hip hop, it's different, but I mean, like, it wasn't that much different, But it was still like, I don't know, man, it was dope. The experience was dope. I was on stage with fucking MC Envy and Skills, and, like, even our synergy together was it was magical, We did our first big show at the Rave, opening for Wu-Tang Clan in 2009. Maybe it was 2010, I don't remember. It was like the third show that we did. But, like, man, like, that shit was dope. Like, it was the first time performing in front of, like, a lot of people, And the feedback, the feedback was fucking phenomenal. The support was real. Like, it was a dope experience. So, I mean, that also increases the passion, the experiences you have, all that shit, that it all goes into the passion. Makes you realize, like, if you really want to do this, how bad you want to do it, exactly what you want to do, because there's there's musicians who don't perform, and I mean, there's musicians, I don't know, it's just not part of what they do. Not saying that they're not passionate about what they do because they don't perform, but I don't know, man, performing is like, well, as you know, performing is a big fucking thing for us, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that we fucking love doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah. And I don't know, man, those experiences, like, they really help carve out exactly what our passions are. And I think along the way, they really define the reasons why we're so fucking passionate about this shit. Because, man, it's just, I don't know. You find out by doing it,
Absolutely, and you do find out too, when you go to those shows, if this is something that you really love, those experiences really do stick with you and rub off on you in a way that very few things in life do. It's kind of on the level of I don't want to say the level of like having a child or doing something like that, but it's like it's a big win every time you get to experience something like that. And there's not a lot of things in life, I think, that people get to have consistently, and that's one of the blessings that the music brings. But I'm gonna kick it to bumping now. Bumping, I'll ask you the same thing I asked Space. Passion. How important do you think passion is for an artist to have? And explain how your passion led you to hip hop. How long you've been doing hip hop, and how important you think it is for passion to maintain you for doing it for an extended period of time or potentially the rest of your life instead of just having it as a hobby or something that you do for a short period of time as you're growing up or trying things out in life.
Well, I think it's very important to have passion for it. Otherwise, it would feel more like a job that you don't like. Because that's what it feels like. Sometimes it's a job. I mean, I love it. I love everything about music, but there's a lot of bullshit in it and all that. And I'd say, I honestly, man, like, ever since I can remember, man, fucking being little, the first time I ever, like, fucked around with creating music was like, I was like 10 years old. I was fucking around with some of my friends from Cass Lake, and he had this computer with the little microphone on the top, and we fucking figured out how to like record stuff on there. I'd take like little snippets of like gorillas, like gorillas, like the Dracula song from their fucking like their first song. I'd take little sample from it and then like just loop it over and over again. And yeah, I remember recording on a boom boxes and stuff, like pressing record on a blank tape while having another boom box playing like beats on there and stuff. And but that was like me fucking around, but I never like, I didn't really know what I just knew that I wanted to do something with music when I was growing up because my dad was in bands, my whole life growing up. He was in a rock bands, and I thought I was gonna be playing guitar or something. And he couldn't teach me. I was really bad at soaking in information, especially like chords and stuff. And you get frustrated, and so then there was that. I remember there was one time I was just talking with somebody about being like a drummer and then a singer. That never became a real thing. Uh, so like my high school years, I used to drink like a lot, like almost every weekend, and I'd always be the guy that would start freestyling and dissing people and stuff, and I just freestyle all the time.
Cringe.
And there'd be people here and there that would always want to like battle me and shit, or try to sit down and write something, and and I I was hanging out with one of my old friends, and he introduced me to the guy in my first group, Shine. That was Cold Gang, Hypothermic ENT. Uh, and he had a whole setup at his house, and he was good at making beats. That was back in like fucking, man, like 11th grade, I think was the first time I was actually started to record songs and write songs. And I was always like punchliney, but like the music direction that he was always trying to bring it was like the club shit, or bitches and cars and money. But I was never, like, I would try to write like that, but I was not. I was always like deeper, like thought kind of shit, or just like horrorcore shit, and none of those things really pan out. But so that was back in like 2007, 2006 was the first time I recorded something, and I was 16 years old. Um, then I was with that group till about 2012, but around 2011 or 2010, I started a second group, and that was Lobotomized Geniuses with this dude. I won't say his name because he doesn't deserve any clout, the pussy. It wasn't the good one. He literally used me for my rap skill, but he was my friend in high school. And he bought a microphone and bought all this shit, and he's like, we should start doing our own thing. And I was still with Hypothermic, so I was like, you're doing the bottom. But that was the other thing too. It was like, oh, we need a name. And my dad always told me, like, the catchiest names are always oxymorons, like Wet Desert, or, you know, like Led Zeppelin, like just things that don't make sense, you know, 2 words. Um, and So I was like brainstorming because it was my group, you know, me and him, and I could come up with a name because I didn't come up with Hypothermic. I was just a rapper in that group. And he wanted to name us something so fucking stupid, bro. Like he was hardcore juggalo. He's the kind of juggalo too that nobody likes, you know what I mean? Like I consider myself a juggalo because I grew up, you know, in those same roots and everything, but I never went like full on out like, well, in jail, suck your dick, man. That's like exactly what you know, that was what kind of person he was. So the name he wanted was like Carnival Freaks or something stupid, bro. And I still joke about it to this day, man. I'm like, nah. That's not how I said it, too. It's just like, nah. Like, that's not what it is. And I don't know, lobotomized geniuses just came to me, and I was like, that's what we're calling ourselves. And he was like trying to be like, how about we do this insane clones and killers? And no, lobotomized genius. I was like, it's the perfect fucking name. Like, I blew my own mind thinking of it. Like, it's the perfect oxymoron for
You go
like.
by the Killer Clown Clan and spell everything with the K.
Yeah, for real, bro. Yeah. Okay, so
It's cool. We're
Nate,
taking it back.
like a lot of my story would include Nate. Literally, like I know our origin stories are a little different, but even part of our origin kind of stems from that because that other guy that was in our group, he brought in Young Chief, and that was the only good thing that guy has ever done because Young Chief, he didn't really mesh too well with because he wasn't like a juggalo or nothing like that. He was like, he wanted to be Crazy Bone, bro. So he brought him to the group, and then the other guy that started the group, he left, and then he would come back like, hey man, like I got I gotta focus on my college and stuff, so I think I'm just done with this whole rap thing, bro. You know, I'll give you your jump drive back next time I see you. And never get it back. And then just ghost. And he always did it like right before something important. Like we were going on a mini tour with this group called Native Soldiers, which is my homie Chauncey and Stu James. And Stu James is still making music. And he's getting pretty good and pretty big. But we went on a mini tour with these guys, and John was supposed to come with and drive us and be like that, you know, and he quit like the day before. So I had to call those guys and say, hey, I don't know if we can make it. And they were like, no, we'll come get you. And so, yeah, it was like, so we went on a little mini tour. It was pretty dope. It was just to different reses in South and North Dakota. And yeah, and then this guy down here, Nate Nasty, I'll tell the first part of it, but he come over, and he came over with this other affiliate we know who was at the time, he's still a pretty good supporter now, but at the time he was like super interested in all the rap shit. He tried to be a rapper. He's an Infinity Stone. You know what I mean? And Nate came over and did a track with us, and it was dope as fuck. And then he ended up coming over again, doing another track. I think, I don't remember, it was like 2 or 3 tracks. And then I was just like, you want to just join our group, bro? And he's like, hell yeah. And then the other guy tried to join back. Okay. And so this guy, he hated Nate Nasty since high school. And he always had a grudge against him. I don't even know what the fuck it started it, but he held that grudge for all those years, and he still didn't like me. And he wouldn't even like. There would be times he was always, "Oh hey bro, oh man, it's all good man." And then as soon as Nate's gone, he just, "Yeah, I don't like him." Just like, dude, he
Voice
was
change
jealous
and
of the
all that.
skill.
You go from talking real soft when I'm around to, yeah, fucking Cookie
Yeah.
Monster once I walk out the room.
Yeah, for real. Well, yeah, enough about that guy's story. But that's the LG story, kind of how. And then it was me, Nate, and Greg for fucking 12 years. Greg's kind of been not doing. Bro, Jay! Not doing. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Fucking man.
Just fucking climbed out of your belly button. Like, when did you get in there?
Yeah. He had a son last year or the year before, I think, and he slowed a lot down because his kid takes a lot of time raising the kid. Yeah, and but he's still cool, you know, and all that, and he's still supportive, and so. But it's basically me and Nate holding down Lobotomized Geniuses for the last 2 albums. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm on more tracks than Young Chief was. So is Space.
You guys, man, well, how long have we known each other now? And you guys still, it was funny as hell that you were like, wait, there's a third member? Like a year after?
Dude, it took so long, and I was like, wait a minute, what? You guys have a third member? And I was like, and it's not somebody that's been disbarred, it's somebody that's currently a member, and we didn't even know they existed.
He's like, he's just like the extra dude, man, but he's good, man. I like him, man, and he's cool. But,
He works the day shift.
We just kind of kept doing shit and, you know, holding it down. But that's like the LG story pretty much. I got my name from a friend of mine back in the day. He was like my brother. When I first started like freestyling, he was all drunk. We're all drunk and shit, and he kept saying I be bumping and this and that, and he wasn't like calling me I be bumping, but I was all like, "Do you think that's my fucking name?" or something like that. But I took the name because he was he passed away when we were kids, and or like he was 20 and I was like 17 or 16. That was around the first time like my name became I Be Bumpin', because before that, can you motherfuckers guess what my rap name was?
Ice Clown.
Crazy Killer Clown.
Never guess.
The Cheetah.
It should have been the Cheetah. That was my basketball name. It was Fish Boy.
Fish Boy.
Just because of
none
the
of us
movie.
guessed that, man. How none of us guessed that?
Yeah, I'm probably, dude, it was right there. Just because of that House of a Thousand Corpses movie, and somebody jokingly called me that, and then everybody laughed, and everybody started calling me that, bro.
Jesus
for
Christ.
years.
Well, welcome to years of people starting to call you Fish Boy again. You want to hear the story of how I Be Bumpin' became Fish Boy again? He's mentioned it on the first episode of the podcast.
That's another one. I mean, you could call me I Be Bumpin', Dad Garbage Goon, Fish Boy, the Cheetah. Come on. Come on, that's number 5.
Sloppy Seconds.
I'm a man
basically
of
what he
many
smells like at various points during the day.
All right. Right. So Nate, do you need me to give you the prompt again, or do you kind of?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, so how important do you think fashion is? You fucking piece of shit. How important do you think fashion is to hip hop and creating as an artist? And
So
how important is it
I think
to son
passion
of a
is just.
bitch?
Yeah, I know. I'm like that.
Fucking hate you.
I love you too, Pesto.
Go ahead.
I think if you're gonna be an MC, passion is just as important as skill and studying the culture. Like I think that every person who wants to enter the ring of being like a entertainer of anything should do their research, should have their inspirations, should also do what they can to differentiate themselves from that inspiration. But if you're too passionate of an MC, I learned, or at least I have a theory, that if you're a really passionate MC, you just can't have sleeves on your hoodies anymore. No.
Yeah? Yeah, you learned that?
I haven't seen it, but I also think that same amount of cloth becomes gloves, usually fingerless.
I was gonna say, I think I know exactly. I think I've also seen this same phenomenon.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's incredible stuff. Bravo. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You can't go overboard.
No.
So
But
when did you find hip hop, and when did you know it was gonna be more than just a passing hobby and be something that you're gonna do for an extended period of time or the rest of your life?
So I'm the youngest out of a bunch of. My dad was a little bit of a hoe and had a bunch of kids.
Okay.
And I'm the second to youngest, but I'm the youngest boy. And so all my older
his
brothers.
ass got beat. That was good.
Try it now though.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
Fucking. So my brothers, like they, I grew up around Wu-Tang, a lot of Onyx and like East Coast rappers. West Coast started doing their thing, and I was a little kid, so like I would hear it, I was around it a lot. My brothers would emulate that kind of stuff, and it was always around. I kind of wanted to find my own thing, so I kind of got into more rock and listened to metal and shit. But I was an angry kid, so um, I'd be getting in fights, getting in trouble, doing dumb shit, letting the intrusive thoughts win, and I don't know. So I had to go to anger management a lot when I was like, no matter what school I was going to, I moved around schools a lot, and I had to go to anger management. And one of the people who they showed me some music, and I was like, it really had a profound effect on how I viewed music. I don't remember their fucking name, which is terrible. But I started. They were like, you should just you ever try writing poetry? So I was writing poetry from like 10, 11. And it wasn't until I was like freshman in high school. I was over at one of my friend's house, and like I think it was like Young Jeezy had just dropped some shit, and like this kid just super obsessed with him, and he was like writing raps. He's like, I'm gonna be a rapper, and then I wrote something because he was like, I'll fucking battle you, and so I wrote something just offhandedly, like talking shit, and we fucking battled in front of his siblings, in front of his older siblings, and they were like, "You're good at that," and so I was like, "Yeah." So I kind of started writing it more for that, but I didn't start like recording or anything till I was like a senior, super senior in high school. But
A super senior.
Big
yeah,
ups to
I
the
dropped
super
out. Well,
seniors.
I dropped out. My
Yeah.
sophomore year. I dropped out my first sophomore year to go help my brother take care of my nephews. He had 3 kids, and their mom just bounced. And he's military, so he couldn't like really be there all the
Yeah.
time. But she didn't want
Yeah.
kids, so I went down with that, and then he pretty much just reintroduced me. I was like heavy in ICP and shit like that at the time, and
At the time.
Yeah, just a couple of scrubbelos.
yeah,
Now you're a couple of jackalos. Yeah, now you're a couple of
Yeah.
jackalos. You see that hat?
Whoop whoop.
work. No, but he showed me he showed me like that's when he introduced me to a lot of my major influences now is like Rakim, Sticky Fingers, Big Pun, you know, anyone's top 5 dead or alive, like, you know. But yeah, it just kind of, he like made me this cool rhyme book, and it was like a hardcover book that was a notebook on the inside. That shit was cool as fuck. And yeah, I just kind of started doing that. Came back up here. I did my first live performance in front of the entire school at a pep fest.
I remember that.
And the funny thing is, there's this other kid named DJ who we kind of had a similar build, and we were both similar shades of brown. And so when I did that, everybody knew him because I was new to the school, and so everybody was like, "Hey, yo, DJ, you killed that!" And it was like, I don't know.
He's like,
And
thanks.
did he just take it?
He did not correct anybody.
He stole the valor
off that clout. Yeah.
He's never.
That rules. That rules. So DJ rules. DJ rules. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was back when I was. That was back when I was going by my Indian name, Eagle Boy.
Dude, Fish Boy and Eagle Boy? Fish Boy and Eagle Boy.
That's why Bump always says
your name was Bear Boy.
That's why Bumpin's always saying we're some animals.
That's why. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
Nature Squad.
Fucking
hell yeah.
But yeah, Nate Nasty was actually Nasty Nate from How High. I hung out with all the stoners because of reasons, and I had the most rugged sense of humor back then, and so they would call me Nasty Nate, and it kind of stuck. And I was like, fuck it. Every time I run into somebody I know from before I rap, they'd be like, Nasty Nate, and I'm like, I'm just gonna use it. That's better than fucking Eagle Boy. I'm not even that sacred.
Nate Nasty, and switch to Nate Nasty.
Dude, alternate timeline where you guys are Eagle Boy and Fish Boy. I don't think we would be making music together, boys. I think we'd be clashing.
I'd still be sounding like
you guys would be rapping over vocals for sure. Fish Boy and the Eagle Boy would be rapping over their vocals.
Bro.
In that same alternate universe, the map where you
it'd be on the same way.
An album though where we can rap under those names.
No, I just wear like a leather suit covering everything but my face.
No, my swag rap, mumble rap / Rover name would be ASAP Fry Bread.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Eagle Boy.
Good to know.
I appreciate you. I feel like I've told this story many times.
Oh, you back then. You can't tell me you were Space Case.
No, he was Mud.
95.
Mud.
Oh yeah, Mud.
Yeah.
Fucking Indian.
His name is Mud.
We are fucking.
Yeah.
Eagle Boy, Fish Boy, Mud.
Yo, fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, for real. Dude,
oh wait, no, that's Earth, Wind, and Water.
Earth, Wind, and Water, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
right, so
So I'll tell you my story. So I was raised in a church, like a cult, if you will. There was like just a bunch of nuns, and they would beat the shit out of us. And this went on for about 15 years until weird and sophisticated billionaire came and adopted me and brought me to his mansion. And along the way, he gave me some. I don't have a story for you guys. No. The truth of it is, I did not get into this super early. But you're like, oh man, did Pesto raised in a church? No, I've never. The only time I ever went to churches was when my fucking family's friends dragged us there. But regardless, I started doing newspaper senior year because I thought it would just be like an easy dick off class, and the teacher ended up mentioning to my dad that I just like that I had some skills, and that was just enough to get me to kind of fuck around. Like I was working third shift shortly after high school at a grocery store, and we always had like a bunch of scratch paper by all the registers, and I would just sit. First month or two, I read a bunch of books, and then after that, I just started to like write stuff. And initially, I thought I would do short stories, stuff like that, ideas for books, and I thought that's what I was gonna do. And I probably wrote like 3 or 4 different books that I like had ideas for. Some of them I got like hundreds of pages into, and then just like got bored with the concept, got bored with the whole idea of doing it, needed more refinements, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I did this, like I said, like 3 or 4 times, and eventually got to the point where it's like, man, I don't want to do that. And man, when the fuck was this? This would have been like 20. So we're 24 now. It would have been like 2019, maybe in the fall. I just decided to. I had taken a picture. I lost where I was living. I had taken a picture in this dimly lit hallway wearing just a hoodie, and I like edited that picture heavily so it was just like kind of a background, and I started doing a bunch of poetry and just posting, and for a while it was just like I think I did like 100 and some days in a row before I eventually broke the streak. But I just wanted to like see if I could do that, see if I could maintain the pace of like submitting one poem to putting online every day for an extended period of time. And then I think it was 2019. Was it 2019 Space Case? He's got a flyer for this one.
I don't know.
You got a flyer for it.
Where the fuck is it though? I know, but I'm not gonna be able to find it.
That's so many flyers. Bullshit, you don't got that many flyers. You got like 25 flyers there.
No, I know.
Hip Hop Halloween.
I couldn't even read all the flyers when I was over there.
It's because I'm looking for it,
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to be able to find it. Plus,
Yeah.
the year's not going to be on it.
Yeah, well, there's years on a lot of those. 2019, okay. 2019. So it's 2019. 2019 Hip Hop Halloween. My best friend committed suicide. I found out at another one of my friend's houses, and it was it's a shocking development. I was asked to speak at the funeral, and so I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And I got close to the family again for a while, like his family. So we went over to his parents' house. It's like me, another one of the really close friends, his brother, his brother's girlfriend. They're just people that were close. We all came back, hung out for a while, and his little brother had just turned. I think his little brother had just turned 21, maybe that year, or maybe he was 22 now, but just young. And he was like, he's a big dude. He's fucking jacked out of his mind. Him and his friends like to go downtown and have fun, And I was like, they're telling all these stories about him and
that sounds like
Connor used to go downtown
metaphor
and fucking
fellatio.
No, you fucking dickhead. No, they would like go down there and fucking get shit faced and talk shit to people and not give a fuck, that kind of thing, like frat guy shit. No, pause. Not that kind of frat guy shit. Anyway, I fucking mentioned he had a girlfriend. They're fucking still together. They got fucking good shit going on. That's not important for the story. The story is they got me to go to a bar that night. It happened to be Halloween. There was a hip hop show. That motherfucker was there, and I got a little drunk. And MC Envy was there too. Like a lot of the Twoface fam was there. I think they put on the show, and that kind of just got me closer to him and hip hop. I kind of expressed a little bit of interest, and then he kind of called me out and was like, "Yo, come to the fucking lab." And I didn't have any the kind of person that if I commit to doing something, I don't care if I was drunk. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll come do that sometime." And then he invited me to do it, and I didn't have a good reason not to do it. Then it was like, well, I guess now I'm doing this. And yeah, I just he gave me a bunch of tips and pointers on how to write music. I kind of got started, wrote a few songs. I think I downloaded a bunch of beats off of YouTube, wrote a bunch of songs to those. He asked me if I was interested in performing. I wasn't really sure at the time, but I did. I gave it a shot. It was a lot of fun, so we did it a couple more times. And the passion became more and more as I just discovered more artists, kind of fell into the rap hole of underground hip hop. Not one time rapped over vocals. Not once. Never been a roller. Even though everybody at one time rapped over the vocals, according to several people that I've had discussions with, I have not, good sir. And you don't need to. You never need to. But anyway, started doing shows, got more and more passionate, fell into the infinite hole of dope underground hip hop and how deep and diverse the talent is and the content is, and the beats and production and I like the weird shit. There's a lot of that stuff that I had never heard before. It's relatively unknown to the commercial audience, and that's all I had ever been as far as hip hop was concerned. As a kid, I never really pursued listening to hip hop. It was never played around in my family, outside of like stuff that was just general pop stuff in situations where people were entertaining. So I once I got into that, it's not stopped. It's the hunger becomes more and more and more and more, and that's why I think passion's a really important thing, and I think it's one of the most important things when it comes down to a lot of people talking about the culture of hip hop, the art form of hip hop, and a lot of musics in general being in jeopardy of commercialization and being watered down and overproduced and not coming from a place of any ambition to be genuine in the craft, but more so as an attempt to buy success or create a revenue source as the sole reason for creation. I think it ends up fucking up the whole well. I think it poisons the well a lot. I think when that happens, it's a sad thing. And I think now, technology's done a lot for us. Obviously, I'm able to have a little studio set up in my house for not super expensive. It's more accessible than it's ever been, which is a wonderful thing. But there's also other shit that's become more accessible than ever before. There's people that are blatantly stealing stuff. There's people that are selling stuff that they do not have the rights to. There's all kinds of shit like that going on. And there's people that buy into that being legitimate. It just happens all the time. You and I got, you guys all know. We've all been into those conversations with people on the internet about
that kind of stuff.
About that stuff. And it's
I just want to disappear.
And then he just fades up. Yeah, so that's kind of where I stand. It's not. It just, to me, it shows that they're not actually passionate, because passion reflects in the willingness to be there through the thick and the thin. Because creation is not necessarily an easy thing. It's a fun process, and it's an extremely rewarding process to be a creator. But it can be exhausting. It can be tedious. It can be frustrating. It can be all those things too. But that's where you have to have the passion if you're gonna be a genuine creator, at least in me.
Agreed.
So speaking of as far as musical ventures and musical projects, Space, I'll start with you again, and we'll go in the same order. Let us know what kind of stuff that you are currently working on, for one, and for number two, what your next releases are going to be, and time frames that you think roughly for those things.
Man, there's a lot. Well, let me think here. I got this album I'm working on with Restless Mind. It's called Long Overdue. We're probably halfway into the album right now. The goal for me, not that him and I have discussed it, but the goal for me is to hopefully get that out by March. Whether it's mid-March, late March, whatever. But yeah, that's one thing I'm working on. That's definitely a priority project right now. And then a bunch of Jester Exodus Beats projects as well, like the Science Projects Volume 2. It's basically I don't know, the same concept as the Science Projects, the first one. Every track having multiple artists on it. Just trying to go a little bit bigger with this one, letting there's some MCs where I'm like letting them dig through the beats so they can kind of choose their own. Plus right now there's like almost 20 tracks that are like started. So, I want to have somewhere between 20 to 25 tracks on that. There's not really a time frame on that. Hopefully spring or summer, we'll see. But in the meantime, I'm also working on another Jester Exodus Beats EP called Jester's Laboratory. That's just going to be, I don't know, anywhere between fucking 5 to 10 songs. Just beats produced by me, engineered by me, and then just letting MCs fucking do their thing on the beats. And then also working on a fucking Space Case / Jester Exodus project, which will also be somewhere between 5 and 10 tracks. So I'm producing all the beats, and fucking rapping on all the tracks, etc., etc.
Over your own vocals.
I think that, yeah. Well,
He's rapping over Jester Exodus's vocals.
Yeah, dude.
Say it like that.
I've made a mistake, guys. I just want to reappear.
Me too. I'm about to. Yeah. Go on, Space. I'm getting
Wise, man, I don't really know. I don't really know what else, man. There's always so much shit in the mix. Obviously, we have the fucking Rat Nest Regicide project. Still since like 2019, I think.
Expressed
Yeah, speaking of
LG
where
Exodus project.
where do you think we're at with the Rat Nest Regicide projects? What would you say if you had a progress meter percentage wise on completion in your head? What do you think? And it doesn't have to be exact.
I would say we're at 63.2%.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's yeah.
Precise.
Could be better.
It's actually pretty exact. I think we have everything recorded. I know I've sent you tracks. I don't think I told you that I sent you tracks for you to check out and hopefully give me feedback on. But I never got feedback. That's why I don't think I told you that I sent them to you.
Oh.
But if you go through your email, you will definitely find some Rat Nest Regicide updates in there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. What else, man? What the fuck else are we working on?
No, we also have a little EP as well. Very good.
The Jester Exodus Beats and Pestilence.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are we on that? Where we're at on that?
I think I need. I have one beat and two tracks complete.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for more Asian inspired beats out of you for that one.
That's right. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Don't let me forget.
I won't. I'll keep reminding you.
All right. Also, man, I'm working on what?
No, go ahead.
Whatever. He can go on to
No. I want to know. You said, is it drum and bass?
No. I'm putting that shit kind of on the back burner, man, because I really want to. I don't know, man. The Jester Exodus thing, man. It's just been it's been my main fucking focus, and I recently picked up some other things. I'm engineering that album for Mars One and Low Z. I'm doing some engineering work for a few tracks for Gams. So I got some engineering shit in the works as well, which is definitely a priority. fuck, some little fucking EP with Executive.
Game 3.
Shit, who else? Yeah, Game 3.
Bro, weren't you retired?
I'm talking about Desperate Exodus Beats shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he already mentioned the 4 Space Case projects earlier.
Yeah, it's too late to talk about those. That's old news now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on some shit with iRock also. He's got some beats in mind. Yeah, I think that's it.
Also, before we move on
What else?
to Ivy Bumpin', I wanted to say check out Constant Change, the EP by Space Case, the return to the microphone from Martian Scorsese himself, on production by the other Twoface Media fam, DW Underground. That's the fam overseas.
Mr. Motherfucking Underground.
Mr. Motherfucking Underground.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Missed.
That project is 5 fucking tracks of fire.
Yeah, that was a really good fucking album, bro. It like blew my mind right away at first because it was just so fresh, brand new. I think my favorite track off that one is Constant Change.
Damn,
But I think so, bro. I think so. It was a good like track. You just shout out everybody, bro, and it's a really good track. But I don't know.
Spoilers.
They're all pretty fucking good.
I like Don't Worry a lot too.
Yeah.
That beat is fucking crazy.
Don't Worry was such a good fucking song, bro.
That beat's so fucking nuts.
And I had to snap it up right away.
And that hook is fire too.
Yeah, bro, that was.
What the fuck you worrying for?
I think that's my favorite track as far as like just how much I vibe with it. But Constant Change was just a really good like. It was a good fucking like.
It felt good to get a little fellatio.
Track.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Since we're saying our favorite, I think my favorite's probably 21 Horns.
Hell yeah.
21 Horns is really good.
21 Horns is right there, too.
We're all over the place.
I'm kind of mad that it's only like 5 fucking. Like, I could start taking a shit, and that fucking shit would be done halfway through, and then I wouldn't have nothing else to do.
You need to go to the doctor if you're taking shits that are that long.
20 minutes? 20 minutes? Bro, come on.
Also, man, I'm also working on something with OG as well. I got fucking, I got 1 track that's ready to record. I got 1 track that's halfway done over some of his beats.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Well, now you need to do an IB Bumpin' and fucking Space Case project, because I got beats, and I'll fucking throw you some beats for...
And then you can do a Space Case Nate Nasty produced album.
Yeah.
Shadow produced by IB Bumpin'.
It sounds like you got your motherfucking hands full. I'll have a quick response to this question.
I made a joke about this before. I was like, when we got one of the collabs back from you, I was like, maybe what if we just continue to send stuff to get on, and then that way you'll never actually retire.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
I believe I was told stop it.
When we first met Space, it was just like, oh, I'm retired, and it's like hell you are. Fuck that.
Whatever, man. I mean,
you can't retire just fucking yet, man.
Really, I mean, it's been 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we're still doing features and shit, but I mean, I haven't dropped anything since today.
He took a break.
Like, man, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, the monthly tracks too.
Right.
A couple of them, yeah.
And you were on Animal Farm.
Oh, that's another thing we gotta. Yeah, that's another. Yeah, you're on the most featured artist on Fat and Violent. You're literally on 3 of the songs.
It was gonna be 4, but then we were like, we
almost do that. Kill it, rapper like I'm Henry. With Holmes.
Modus
Yeah.
operandi.
We almost threw that one on the album, and then we were like, well, hold on. Let's just throw it. We're saving that. That's actually coming out on our next project. I suppose I'll start my response to all this. We just dropped the album Fat and Violent. That is pretty fresh still, but I'm already on to the next one. And we're planning on dropping it. How me and Nate do shit. We drop an album and all the excess tracks from that album, and then the next album kind of gets scraped off into a mixtape that we've been doing as bits and pieces. So we have Bits and Pieces Volume 1, 2, and then 3 is going to be the next one that's just going to come out by accident. And then
Probably
after that,
like
we're
probably like spring or early summer.
something like that. And then we're going to stop that one, and then we're going to do another like trio called Bastardly and Dastardly. So
the bad mixtape.
That's going to come way down the line. So the next one we got is a mixtape. Bits and Pieces 3. Don't expect super hot shit to be on that one because we're saving most of those for Gabra Cadabra, which is our next like official album. But we're also working on 2 solos. We're working on a I Be Bumpin' solo and a Nate Nasty solo. I'm gonna be producing those. Well, I'm gonna be mixing them where we're probably gonna be using like a lot of other people's beats because for the past fucking 12 years we've been using nothing but my beats. And it feels good to like have somebody else's like sound behind our voices and our raps. Like we mesh really good with Jester Exodus beats and High Q beats. So those are mostly what we've been doing. We got a lot of beats ready to go. I got a EP coming out with my homie Cuban Pete called Bumpy Rabbits. Just kidding, fuck that dude.
Start with this bullshit.
Oh my god, dude.
we got
Episode 1, we're already in the bullshit.
Alright, I think we can all agree on this. Fuck Cuban Pete. Alright.
Where did that even come from, bro?
It was like,
it was a joke I was thinking of earlier.
I don't block anybody. And then he's in my inbox. It's funny you think your opinion matters. And then blocks me.
Yeah. One stroke of the keyboard and you're done.
Fuck.
So we got our solos, Bastardly and Dastardly. We pretty much I got another idea for an album. I'm producing.
We've had talks. We've had talks with High Q. He's a producer out in New York. Out on the East Coast about doing a project with like just over his beats. I believe we spoke with Bass about doing a Jester Exodus as well.
And y'all check out his beats too if you're looking for beats. QisDope.com. You won't be disappointed, dude. I go on there and I like window shop a lot. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting that for sure. And we be getting these beats off of them.
And then Jester Exodus puts his beats on the Twoface Media YouTube channel.
Yeah, and you can't have any of those. Those are ours. Kind of store. Stop advertising his beats. Those are ours. Stop trying to give away the beats, man.
We're also doing
this that money, bro.
We're also planning. This is pretty far under the rug still, but we're trying to do an album with this motherfucker right here, Pesto, called Meat Hooks.
Oh yeah, that's right. All the meat hooks.
Yeah.
Fried meat hooks.
Fucking bloody meat hooks.
We also have a horror-themed project that we're slowly going to work on.
Yeah, that was the other one I was talking about. We're good.
We're huge, like anthology film and horror movie fans over here at Lobotomized Geniuses.
Yeah.
And so originally it was like something like Project Float or some shit like that, based around like it, and then now we're more basing it around Creepshow series. If you've ever seen those 3 movies, watch the first 2 and don't watch the last one. The last one sucks balls.
Yeah. I don't care too much for the show either on Shudder, but
they had a couple interesting episodes.
I liked the first episode because it had a bunch of the OGs in it, and it just kind of went.
So before I get into what I'm working on, I have an ad read here. So,
oh fuck!
This episode of FOK Bro is brought to you by Jockness Monster Entertainment. If it isn't shot by Jocko, it probably sucks cock, bro. Thank you very much, Jockness Monster Entertainment. Salute to the homie. Warp.
Salute, Jocko.
A couple of Jockolos in here for sure.
Yeah, exactly. always holding it down. Always holding it down for the famiglia. So we appreciate you, dude. Yeah, I've got a shitload of stuff in the works. We got the Ratness Regicide project that Space talked about earlier. I actually also have a EP with Mr. Motherfucking Underground that is, I don't know, it's like 10 or 11 tracks maybe. And we're going to, he's still working on mixing and mastering that one, but we're looking at probably an early spring, maybe end, right before spring, early part of the year release for that one. I also have a project, actually 2 projects in the works with Supreme to Almighty. I've got a solo joint going back and forth with him. I think we've got a handful of tracks for that one already, and then I got another one with him and Mars One that we're gonna do as well. Him and Mars just dropped a couple singles off of their project that they are releasing through Goon Music too, so go check that out. Really dope songs, really dope production too. So excited for that. Some of those songs are some of my favorite to perform already, and they're not even fucking mixed and mastered. So I'm excited to hear when those tracks get all the way done and completed, and get the projects kind of shaped up more. I got an EP with Mars called Hammer Bros that I actually we both decided to start last year in October. I believe he sent me a bunch of beats, and in the first week I sent him back 5, maybe 6 tracks, and I'm still waiting, Mars. I'm still waiting. Where the fuck's the project, brother? I've been waiting very long time. Where is project?
Man, that's crazy you say that, because last
most dishonorable.
September, he was gonna make one with me.
Get out of here.
The Smash Bros.
Called the Gabber Bros. Yeah. So I got that going on.
The Rover Bros.
Yeah.
I've got the EP with Space, which will be kind of Asian theme inspired. Got a couple joints for that. We're gonna do Meat Hooks, of course. Meat Hooks is gonna be LG. Each is gonna be doing hooks. Both of those guys, so it'll be Bumpeter and Nate Nasty rocking hooks. I'll be rocking the verses on that one. Get your air horn out of here, dude. Get that out of here. How dare you?
That was a good fucking time for it, though.
Get those sound effects out of here. Don't be doing that. I just finished a project with Milkweed, Gambles, and Vendetta, called Affiliated, completely mixed and mastered by Lingo. He also dropped a beat on there and a feature hook on there as well too. So I think we finally got the last track back for that one. So we've been talking about shooting videos and stuff like that. So once we get those, that'll probably drop beginning part of this year as well. Got a lot of stuff going on with Cypher Den. A lot of features too. We got a lot of features. There's a lot of artists on here. I saw the artists and I said, wow, that's a lot of artists. And yeah,
features of these projects are huge.
That's kind of how it goes. I didn't have anything. I started with a small loan of 1 million features. And yeah, that's kind of there's a lot of features, so there'll be a lot of new music coming out this year. I'm excited because it's just one of my favorite things about doing it is just kind of doing different shit, you know, and exploring and innovating and experimenting and honing the craft in different ways and improving and just trying to get better and better, sharper and sharper, and you know, not do the same thing twice, not just try to keep emulating the same thing. And I think that's why the amount of content that really all of us create, a lot of content, I think for the most part. So it's like it makes sense, you know. I think that's kind of what drives it for me, and I think probably a lot of people that do that is that need to. Wow, that felt cool to do something dope. You know, now I want to do it again. So it's like that just it never seems to go away. So I really do I fucks with that, and I'm excited. I think 2024 is gonna be a lot of fucking Space Case music. Speaking or not Space Case, I meant Twoface music. Speaking of Twoface track of the month, we're almost halfway through January, and we're still waiting on a beat from our good old buddy Ivy Bumpin', who was supposed to be producing the beat for
Yo, I got that beat.
February.
Should we check out some couple of these beats then right here, right now?
Yeah, let's pick a beat.
Well,
Let's pick a beat for the fucking monthly track. You stream it, we'll all get in and we'll
do it.
We'll pick one.
I had it up. Hold on, let me find it. Okay. Well, we might as well just play this beat real quick.
You got to stream first.
Yep, I'm getting to it. Okay. Alright, you ready? We got this beat right here.
Okay. Make sure everybody gets in.
Do I gotta watch the stream?
Yes, you gotta watch the stream.
Too late, I am on it.
To hear it. We heard this beat, but I was looking for the one I sent Space. So I'm gonna play this beat first, and then while I'm looking for that other beat that I spent the Space Case for thoughts. But hold on.
Okay.
I'm already sold.
Now, I sampled Winnie the Pooh for this shit. So I found the beat though. It's another one I sampled. Thought I heard somebody trying to knock at the door. Okay, so there was that one right there. I was just playing as like, I mean, if you guys wanted to use it, we could totally use it. Otherwise, that can still be just.
That's a good fallback.
In the chamber.
There's also that. There's also that Where's Your DJ?
Yeah, there was that beat too. I didn't do that one.
Oh shit! I forgot to mention. I got a song coming out with Chris Calico. It's called "I Just Want."
He's alluding to something major.
Okay, here's one that I sampled the Omen 2 with, or Omen 2. Check it out.
Yeah, this shit was fire.
You guys in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know you need to sample some Debo on this one. Oh, that boy. Oh, I'm just gonna tuck mine in. Oh, grandma, gonna give me that chain.
What chain? What chain?
I got mind control over Debo.
Okay,
Like, shut the
so
fuck up.
okay,
I'll be
so
quiet. When he leave, I'll be talking again.
I fucks with this. I have one condition on if we use this.
What's up?
Space Case does the hook.
Bet. I'm on it.
Hey, that'd be dope.
Like I could just
and
hear
then
his
MC Envy does the verse.
his voice on that that higher pitch like chorus sample
Yeah.
is gonna be fucking nuts.
So
Yeah,
this is the beat we're gonna use then, right?
Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
Cool as shit. I'll send it out to you guys.
Cool.
That's the second version of the beat. You remember what I did with that Majin Buu beat, Nate? I kind of did that to the Omen beat, where I had a bunch of these like switch ups every 4 bars, and then I had to go back and I was like, I can't do that shit no more like that, and
yeah.
I
You
just
can't tell
took it to
when the verse is gonna be, or
yeah. So I was trying to find the version the second
I
version.
forgot about that track. I have that shit like fully written somewhere.
That's a track that Nate was supposed to do like 5 fucking 6 7 10 12 years ago. That was good.
2.
Nah,
Hey,
2
is
years.
bumping space frozen like that on everyone's screen, or is it just mine?
Is
My
bumping
face
what?
is floating.
Well, yeah,
Is his face
his
frozen on everyone's screen?
no, he's not frozen on mine. He does
Oh,
have his connection is, and I will mention this. It seems like today his connection is a little in and out. I don't know how it is over there in
I just
Minnesota. This
never
could be partially on my end because we're in the midst of a fucking like day and a half blizzard. We're kind of at the
Yeah.
we're in the we're in the eye of the storm right now,
It-
boys. But yeah,
no.
we've been getting our tails shellacked, so the connection has been kind of.
I wish you guys could see this picture perfect smile that he's got on his face, man. It couldn't have froze at a better time.
Well, that's good. That's happened to me before.
You guys ain't really freezing up for me. Nate keeps trying to disappear.
Yeah, and they keep
Sucks.
disappearing. So do we want to discuss any current events?
Okay. Let's just let the cat out of the bag right now. We are clowning on like Anno Domini stuff because this is the main guy that sells verses with the beats, and so all these artists will buy these packs and they'll all have the same beat with the same artist on it or the same chorus or verse or whatever they did, and they be posting them up on YouTube. So if you put in "Disappear" featuring Chris Calico, you'll see like 30, 40, 50 fucking songs that are all the same beat and the same chorus, just
Spoilers.
with the different artists.
Yeah.
No, that's just where I was. That's just what I was.
You wanted to bring that up, so well, I'll jump off of that. So in addition to that, I wanted to say, I mean, I wasn't sure if I would speak about it in depth on this episode, but you know, being that you brought that part up, the surprise for March is there will be a little tournament we're going to be doing. This is a non-monetized podcast or stream, by the way. So I don't give a fuck.
Give me some money.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying so I don't give a fuck when all these people get really upset. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a March Whackness bracket with 64 tracks, or I think there's at least 64. I think there's probably like 100. But we're going to make a bracket of these tracks. This year we're going to be using "Disappear" because that's the one that we know for sure that there's a lot of, and it was kind of the first one that brought this phenomenon to our attention, and you know just how much it's ravaging the culture and the validity of what us or anybody that really gives a fuck about what they're doing is actually trying to do, and it's kind of disgusting. But we're gonna vote for the shittiest one, so we're all gonna kind of pick out our seeds 1 through 16. And grab 16 tracks if we can find them. I'm gonna go through and get like some raw numbers over the next couple weeks here and see exactly how many tracks there are, and I'll get us all a file that has the links to every single one of them in it, so that we can all you can sift through. You can pick your choices of your 16 seeds. I'll have them numbered. I'll put them in a spreadsheet, and we'll make a bracket, and we'll have one kind of longer stream where we go through and we listen to all of them at least one time, and then we kind of debate and choose which one is the worst in head-to-head matchups until we decide which one is the worst of the worst offender, and then we'll give that person a special prize. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
We got a special prize for the winner.
I think we can set the bracket up by views. You know what I'm saying? Like
oh yeah, we could do that.
The ones with the highest views next to each other. Yeah.
We could do that. Yeah.
Now we're actually trying to figure out which one is the wackest, right?
Yes, we're trying to find out which one is the wackest. Yes, that's true. That's true.
There is like good one, like Seuss Mace did one of them, and you know what I mean, like. So
well, there's no good ones. Spoilers. There's no good ones, but there's like less blatant offenders.
It's to me, it's like the artist that does these isn't bad per se. You know, they probably don't know, or they don't realize, that they're not.
It's
ultimately getting like some exclusive shit. You know, they're just getting.
It's like paying for views. It's the same concept as playing for views. It's vanity. It makes it look like you're popping versus actually like getting these features on strength from the art.
So that's like what I want to say. But there is some dudes on some of those tracks that cannot rap. They shouldn't be rapping in the first place, but they went ahead and bought these packs and made songs. And it's just funny.
Hey, bump it. How many videos do you have with 2.5 thousand views?
None.
Three-headed monster.
Yes.
Three-headed monster. But we got the Cypher. There's a Cypher, grind mode Cypher, actually, that us three are in. And that one's up there like 60,000 viewers or something like that.
I don't count those. I would count our.
The one that means Space is on is only like at 5,000. I think that's my favorite one though, man. The one where
that's my favorite one out of that series.
Like that, like I really was digging that beat and just the vibe of the whole track. Like
I liked that was my I don't know. It was definitely up there for my favorite Twoface verse at the event, but I wasn't like super sold on that beat. The beat was okay. It wasn't like whack or anything, but it was kind of like hurt my ears.
You
It was a good beat.
beat?
Yes.
It was a good beat. It was like
Yeah.
It was like some wicked shit. Like
I thought the
I
IQ beat was the
liked
best
it.
beat they had.
Oh, the high Q one was really fucking good too. I was jealous at first that I wasn't on it, and then me and Nate were like, "Lingo, we want to do a LG set too."
You
Like,
knew you were gonna get that beat, bro.
and then he gave us that beat. That beat reminds me of like Godzilla. I fucking love that beat.
Yeah.
So I was excited that we got that one, but the Pike beat, like, it just resonated. Like I think it was just when I received the beat, when I got the beat, I was just excited. Like, oh fuck, finally get the cipher beat, and then I just checked it out and like.
Well, you
wherever
seem to do that a lot with
like,
like beats for anything. Like when Space sends a track, like Space sent us all a track to wanted to see if the squad wanted to get on for the Restless Mind EP, and
yeah.
Bump immediately. I think he's already got his shit written and recorded. So it's like that happens. That happens.
Bump is like almost always first boots on the ground.
Yeah. So it's like
I was just ready. I was ready at the time. Like the kids were all winding down. Kay was sleeping, and I had the mic and everything, and I was just like, I had the time. So it was just like I was right here.
Yeah, it's like you look at I Be Bumping. You wouldn't think that the man moves fast, but that man moves fast.
My last name is Cheetah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think he's very fast, but he do.
Yeah, he fucking be moving, dude. It's like Michael Myers effect. You blink once and you're like he's a mile away. You blink again and
there's my
you fucking
logo.
roll the whole fucking line of gab all the way to the fucking.
No, you just need to draw a big old gut on it, and that'll be like the Zamtrios.
But that was a dope beat.
Hell yeah!
And I was digging it. I really liked how my fucking verses have been lately, especially just like after we dropped, or when we were about to drop Fat and Violent, and like I've been thinking, like I've been finding better way. I know right now I don't, but I've been finding better ways to say what I'm trying to say in my verse, because I sometimes like I used to be like Tech 9, like you wouldn't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. like he just says a bunch of words, and it's like if you think about what he's trying to say, it's like you kind of get the picture, but
like
you know what I mean?
Theory bars, like
yeah,
like you need a cipher to go along with the verse.
Like I'll just use this one for example because I was thinking about this more recently, but where he's like, but she chose to give me a dirty mouth like Lisa Lampanelli, but she demanded Kelly. Like he just starts saying like all this
she
shit.
demanded jelly, but I reran the Kelly. I'm spraying the jelly and swell because of I drank the Belvy.
Yeah, I drank the Belvy.
And it was like it's just a long metaphor of him like she wanted me to nut, and so I just started pissing on her.
Yeah. That's pretty much what he said. Is like, he just pissed on it instead, because he said like the Kelly. I was like, oh, R. Kelly, I get it now. But yeah, so that's how my new verses have been. They've been more like I've been finding better ways to say things, and yeah, I'm always been like a fast writer too. Like if I say I'm gonna work on a verse or write a verse, I usually get it fucking done in like 40 minutes. Roughly, I'd say 40 minutes is like the middle amount of time, because sometimes it's quicker. I take longer actually practicing the verse as I'm writing it. And then yeah, so
hell yeah.
What was the question again?
It wasn't a question. We were just kind of riffing.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna what I was thinking whenever the natural riff ended was kind of discussing different things that we will be doing in the future, different things that are planned. So we do have What the Fuck presented by IB Bumpin', where IB Bumpin' will go into various conspiracy theories he has, different things like that. He's got some very, very wicked ones pertaining to people that you may or may not know, from varying degrees of fame. And yeah, that'll be an exciting segment when it is added to the show. It'll be a semi-reoccurring segment that we'll throw in there and get a nice little video transition for and all that kind of jazz. We're kind of in the infancy stage of what we're doing here. Obviously, is being the pilot episode, so that's one segment we'll have. Another segment we'll have. We're going to be discussing Infinity Stones, which actually I want to let Ivy Bumpin' identify what an Infinity Stone is.
Man, okay, so I kind of forgot how it became to be, but Infinity Stones are just kind of like rappers that shouldn't be rappers, or they should be working at Burger King for a living, or McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like there's some of those rappers, where it's just like
They're incredibly
they
bad.
only get that support. And I know this is gonna sound fucked up, Pesto. You could cut this out if you think you have to, but it's like special ed, and they have the wackest bars ever. But because people think that they're kind of in the head, that good job, buddy, we love that shit. But then you got some dope ass MCs that hit the stage and everybody's got to stand there. But then when these
Participation trophies.
Jesus Christ.
Don't speak.
So Infinity Stone is literally just like a whack rapper that shouldn't be a rapper. They should not be rapping because they're not good at it. And sometimes these Infinity Stones will be Infinity Stones forever because they never get better. I hate to put it like that because I don't like being too judgmental, but I just love fucking laughing. And they give me a good laugh. So.
It's something we've done here. I mean, before the podcast, it's a bonding experience between particularly Pestilence and the LG boys.
Exactly why we call them Infinity Stones, but it's just a joke that there's gonna be a really whack rapper named Thanos, and he's just
in a lot of cases.
Yeah, he's got to collect all the Infinity Stones, the 5 wackest
like,
rappers, to get the talent to be a fucking palatable rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's several of them, and we'll definitely.
In a lot of cases,
we're not going to shy away from naming them too. There's definitely you'll hear names.
It's like
gonna
a train wreck. It's
like
a train wreck. You just can't look away.
Right.
Like me myself, I am addicted to mediocrity. So if I find something that's like not dope whatsoever,
yeah,
it lives in my brain rent free until it's just not funny anymore. But the problem is, it's never not funny.
Yeah. Agreed. And these people will get named. Don't worry. It's not going to be like a sneak diss situation. I'm gonna
it's more of a blanket term.
I'm gonna try to avoid editing anything. So like anything that we say, you'll get to see the real what it is. I mean, it's fucking just a discussion. We like to keep it real. And we're very various degrees of critiques as far as what we think with music. We also want to do a playlist that we do here, the FOK Bro playlist. We'll kind of start it off probably with the Twoface fam putting a few tracks each towards it so that it has, a decent amount of tracks on it already, and then we'll allow people to submit, and we'll have an email posted on somewhere when we get this up and running. For people to submit their tracks, we'll listen to a few of them each episode, and we will vote a la American Idol set style, and you'll either get to go to Hollywood, or you'll get to go to potentially the Infinity Stone hour. You know, it might be in the Infinity Stone section. If your song's whack as fuck, or it could just be something that we give you an honest feedback on. Go, maybe this is dope. Maybe it's just not for the playlist. Maybe it's just not my kind of thing. I think what we're gonna try to do more than anything is give our honest feedback, our honest opinions of it. Personally, I'm very not afraid to tell people if I don't think something is good, or if I think something is downright shitty. But I also am. I like to think I'm pretty aware of where there's the line between my personal preferences and the actual, the talent there and the actual skill that's going on. Because there's plenty of things that I've heard that I don't like and I would not go out of my way to listen to again. But I can't deny, the skill, the talent, and that kind of stuff. And in those situations, because I'm sure that's going to happen, I'll be very honest. If I decide no on somebody, but I still think like, hey, what you're doing is dope, it's just not for me, I'll be cool with that too. So yeah, that's another segment that we will have. There'll be a lot of different stuff like that. We'll probably have guests on the show. I know we're going to have lots of different Twoface Media fam. We've got quite a few members and affiliates and people that are close by and near and dear to our hearts that are also, I'll just say it, they're fucking hilarious. And I'd love to get them on here so that people could get to hear their opinions and focus a little of the hate that is coming towards the 3 or 4 of us on a wider group, kind of deflect it. There's a strength in numbers, there's a pack mentality. If you got a rodent infestation and there's only 3 of us, like, pressure could get hot pretty quick, but there's 20, 30 rats. It kind of dissipates around. It's like laying on a bed of nails, dude. You lay on 4 nails, that shit's gonna fucking hurt, but you lay on 100 nails, you're good. We'll get some more nails.
Nice. Pretty good analogy, man. That's nice.
Yeah, I like to think that
bars.
So I got a track right here that I want to play for the podcast. I know y'all heard it before, but
is this a finished
track?
Is it finished?
Yeah,
what's this for?
Finished. Just for a sneak peek for anybody that wants to listen to this song.
No, but what's this song for?
Oh, it's gonna be for Gabra Cadabra.
Okay.
And I'll explain the origins of Gabra Cadabra some other time, but this is a song, and we shot a music video for it when we were in Wisconsin just last week or whenever the fuck we went to Wisconsin. I've been high as hell since, and the whole time. So I got the song called Jaded, and yeah, it's a Lobotomized Genius track, and I want to play it.
Hell yeah!
So should I stream that?
Yeah, why don't you stream that, and then we'll kind of wrap this up, and then because we're at about an hour and 43 minutes, so I think we'll probably wrap this episode up after this, unless anybody else has anything that they want to kind of finish on. And then, yeah. Stream failed to start.
All right.
I want to watch fucking Greasy Strangler on stream. The world needs to know.
No.
The world needs to know.
This is not going to be. All right.
Hootie.
Is everybody in?
Hootie. Oh, cutie. Hootie.
All right. Everybody in there?
Yeah.
This is unreleased.
All right. Mute up when he hits play.
Yep. There's a music video coming out for this in a undetermined time right now, but we shot the video for this.
I want to rap over my vocals, though.
No. All right, let's check it out.
This is called Give Me All Your Glovin'.
they can say what they want about me. Cause I used to have homies, but now I got just a couple of people that really know me. I don't let strangers get too close, cause I'd rather be isolated. I guess I'm just used to being hated. Now y'all be making me jaded.
You can give all you got and have it not be enough. They'll say they did it on their own, using all of your stuff, and you can give them all your funds when they calling you up. But when you need it in return, they gon' call you a bum. They want you to rush whenever they got something to ask of you, and leave you on red when it's something they have to do. You tell them no one get nothing but attitude, then act like it'd kill them, giving up any gratitude. I cut them off cause I ain't dealing with fake love. New phone, who this? I ain't hitting no snakes up. Eyeballs and they ain't helping me chase none, so they ain't getting time if they just tripping on pay stubs. Straight up, they only there when they need me, and I don't eat with anyone who brag as if they feeding me. No eating free, we in agreement, leaving leeches be bleeding me for effort. I ain't giving y'all the means to feed.
I don't lose sleep over my ops, they can say what they want about me. Cause I used to have homies, but now I got just a couple of people that really know me. I don't let strangers get too close, cause I'd rather be isolated. I guess I'm just used to being hated. Now y'all be making me jaded. I used to be a people pleaser, but nowadays I ain't so eager. Rather meet with the reaper. Everybody got a standard, be it some gatekeepers. Disappear 23 years like Jeepers Creepers, and they come back to ask you a favor. Like this whole time y'all were neighbors, but they were your haters, trying to explain the previous hiatus. It's a shame that they came back thinking they were your saviors. I pretty much paid your money to chill. I was a dummy on my part, but I would cover the bill. I should have seen a snake slithering and ran for the hill. Damn it, for real. Trying to stack paper with your hand in the till. You was a sham and a shill, faking support. I ain't the type to lawyer up and take you to court. I would beat an ass outside the kicking court. Now you're begging for me to tell you this a metaphor. Hell no, I don't lose sleep over my ops. They can say what they want about me. Cause I used to have homies, but now I got just a couple of people that really know me. I don't let strangers get too close, cause I'd rather be isolated. I'm just used to being hated. Now y'all be making me jaded.
FOK Bro.
FOK
Fuck, bro, or
Bro.
what?
FOK Bro.
Fuck, bro.
FOK
Was
Bro.
that dope? Did you guys hear it? I know Just Exodus is.
This is the third time you've been like, Besta, I got this new song. Ooh.
Yeah.
And I've been like, ooh, and then it's a song that you showed me once already, and I'm like, oh. And now this is, you showed me twice. Now it's, and he shows it to me again, and he goes, check out this new song I did, bud. I'm gonna be like, and then it'll be like, I've already heard this 3 times. The only one I got that's
like, finished.
That's where I'm at. I don't have very many in the
though.
chamber that are like, ready.
Yeah, like, finished to the touch, you know what I mean?
Well,
I would have showed you
guys
guys.
that are done.
Man, I got fucking tons of them.
Yeah. We had tons and tons of unfinished fucking. We might as well start our own little fucking Adrian Domini shit. And I'll just fucking sell these packs, bro, with random ass bump verses and Nate verses. Random ass packs for people.
Wipe my ass with a big brick. Wipe my ass with a big brick.
Damn, who that is?
You don't know?
Spoilers.
Oh fuck. Yeah, we got a lot of good shit coming, man, and I can't wait. I mean, I have to wait. There's a couple of.
You knew exactly.
I'm probably gonna end up working on music tonight or something for a little bit before I crash.
Same. I got a feature to record, so I'll probably do that at some point. Can you stop over there, switchboard, fucking Henry? Jesus Christ! The air horn was fun.
Jesus.
That was a pretty cool little.
It
We
just
didn't
made
really
you
touch
full
ground on
screen.
too much of the stuff that we were planning on touching ground with. This is more like an origin, introduction kind of a thing.
Yeah, I kind of
If
wanted
we
to
do
get
get
people
people that
familiar
want us
with.
to like check out the songs, I'd be down to do that too.
Yeah, we can do that. That's what I was saying with like the. I already said that about the playlist section.
Yeah.
So that'll be
But
something
I
that.
also had another section where you could send in someone else's song that y'all don't like, and we'll roast the shit out of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can do that.
Twoface Media, bitch.
Hell yeah, dude! I don't give a shit, man. Send us garbage, and
Uh,
we'll tell you what we actually think of it. If you know some trash, send it our way
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Hell
for
yeah.
sure.
definitely.
Well, gentlemen, it was a pleasure.
I definitely.
I'm gonna play us out here. Appreciate you guys all coming through. Appreciate everybody tuning into the show, and yeah, we'll be back soon.